Hi guys, how's it going? I hope everyone is doing well whenever you tune in and see this, day or night. So yes, I am outside enjoying the nice weather and the geese and the ducks in the background. So I'll try to talk a little louder than normal, so hopefully you can still hear me over them. But yeah, this is going to be a general reading for water sign Scorpio for November 9th through November 23rd. And again, I want to say happy birthday to all of the Scorpios out there that have either already had their birthday or if it's coming up. Since it is your season, happy birthday Scorpio, right? So yeah, I pulled all of your cards even though you can't see it over here on my little towel. And so we'll get into your reading in just a moment. I just want to mention a few things ahead of time. So I did post a astrology notes video that I posted yesterday, so I want to try that instead of doing it in the beginning of each reading, to just kind of have the astrology notes in one place and see if people like that better. So let me know if that is something that you guys like. But yeah, this is going to be a general reading for Scorpio, general, right? So it can cover love, money, friends, family, health, etc. Okay, always take it how it resonates for you. And then also it is a general reading, so you know the initial time period is from November 9th today, which is the 9th, okay, until about November 23rd, but it is a timeless reading. So for some of you guys it could resonate 6 months in the past or 6 months in the future, days, weeks, hours, minutes, years, etc. So always take it how it resonates for you. And also if you are a sun sign Scorpio or rising Scorpio, or even have your moon in Scorpio or even your Venus in Scorpio, this reading can resonate for you. And even if you don't have any of those placements, this reading may still resonate for you, as we all have all 12 zodiac signs throughout our birth chart. That's why I always encourage everyone to check out what their other placements are. So depending on what's going on in your life, you could resonate more with your sun sign or your rising sign or even your moon sign in different parts of your life. Okay, so you can just Google it and get a free one online if you haven't already, to find out your other placements. All right, so let's get into it here. And one more thing I was going to mention as well is that I will be taking a picture at the end, like I always do, one photo of all the cards, and then I'll be posting it online if you want to look at it later to see it up close while you watch or listen, or just to see it more in detail, right? So if you want to check that out, all you have to do is click in the description box below and follow the instructions there on how to get to my Facebook and see the photo. All right, so we're going to start with the main 6 in the center, and then work outwards to your tarot confirmation cards that I use with another deck. And then we'll also talk about what's on the top and the bottom of each deck for more information. And at the very end, I have a couple oracle cards here for you as well. So when we talk about the main 6 cards in the center here, right, this first row is energy starting around November 9th. It can be a little bit before, a little bit after, it's not exact, right, going through the rest of this week into this upcoming weekend. And in that second row is into that second week of energy, right, till about November 23rd or so. Again, not exact, okay? And also one more quick note too is, if this isn't your energy, it could be the energy of the person you're dealing with, the people you're dealing with, if it's multiple people, or your general environment situation, okay? But let's go ahead and call out your cards here. So you have Ace of Cups in the reverse position, 4 of Staves in the reverse position, 3 of Staves in the right side up position, King of Staves in the right side up position, 10 of Sacred Circles, also known as 10 of Pentacles, in the right side up position, and the Devil in the right side up position. So yeah, you've got a fair amount of staves, also known as wands, in your reading here, Scorpio. So the wands kind of represent defense mechanisms on one side, and on the other side it also can be used as a tool, right? Okay, so it kind of just depends on where you fall in the readings. This is a general reading, okay? I also want to mention real quickly the zodiac signs that I do see as far as the major arcana. So you have Capricorn energy here, you have some Gemini energy, and you have Taurus energy. So you could be dealing with a Capricorn, a Taurus, or a Gemini, or you could have a lot of that predominantly in your chart or in their chart or in the general environment, or it means nothing at all, but I just wanted to mention it before we get into your reading. Okay. So starting off here, Scorpio, with this Ace of Cups in the reverse position as the first card in your reading here, okay? This is, again, energy from the recent past that could still be lingering around, right? But it's this feeling of not feeling abundant, not feeling not feeling resilient in some way, okay, with the Ace of Cups in the reverse position. And also it could be that during this time you find yourself having a harder time dealing with your emotions, or the other person's having a harder time dealing with their emotions, or the emotions in the general environment situation that you find yourself in, right? But it is a little bit of a blockage of some stagnant energy here, and we'll get into in a minute why it's come up or why it's here, right? But you still have some really excellent cards here in the rest of your reading. So there's really only like 2 blockages that I see, so that's not bad, okay? All right, Scorpio. So before we go forward, right, this is where my spirit guides want me to talk to you about excuse me, what's on the top and the bottom of your Llewellyn deck. This is the other deck we'll be using for the confirmation cards, right? And so this is past energy as well. So on the top you have Ace of Swords in the right side up position, and on the bottom you have 8 of Cups in the right side up position. And we're talking about these 2 cards in relation to your first card, the Ace of Cups in reverse, right? And so this is basically telling us here, Scorpio, that in the recent past there could have been a lot of creative energy, starting of a new project, a relationship, a job, etc., right? A celebration in the recent past, a lot of mental clarity, and just great creative, abundant energy, okay? But then despite that going on, somebody needed to take a break from everything before they made their next step. It's not, the 8 of Cups is not a bad card. Some people look at it that way, but it's actually just this woman, she's walking away to take a break and think about everything. The Cups represent emotional fulfillment, emotional contentment, right? So maybe she's getting her emotions in control about what her next step may be. And maybe this is why you have your first card in the reading, right? That Ace of Cups in reverse, where I said somebody's emotions were not in control. And maybe that's why a break was needed in the recent past, okay, to honor that and to get more centered, moving forward. Okay. Now, your second tarot card here is the 4 of Staves in the reverse position. All right, this is, again, could be another celebration type energy that was either put on hold, didn't happen, or wasn't well received for some of you guys. For the other group of you, it could be a conversation that requires some type of a vulnerability, where maybe the vulnerability, the comfortability to have that vulnerability isn't there yet, okay, or hasn't happened, or wasn't well received in some way. But you really see that with this Egyptian couple here in the center, and there's like grapes and wine in the background and food, right? And they have this whole room to themselves to have some type of deep connection or conversation about something. But it's in the reverse position, okay? So again, just like that's really only your second blockage here, and that's you only have 2 blockages in your whole reading, I would say, okay? So let's get into why this card may have shown up as well, okay? So we have, again, what's on the top and the bottom of your other deck, the one we use in the main 6 in the center, okay? So you have Prince of Cups in the reverse and the Fool in the right side up position. So this is showing in the recent past, and what is recent, you have to ask yourself, again, it could be a couple of days ago, hours, minutes, weeks, months, years, etc., right? But again, there was something about emotional fulfillment and some stagnant energy, again, a blockage coming up here with the Prince of Cups in the reverse position, okay? And so something slowed down, and maybe you didn't want that, or the other person didn't want that, or the general environment that you find yourself in didn't really like that, okay? But then it's kind of bringing up these themes of ego and identity with the Fool, okay? That you have that Gemini energy. All right, so this is talking about that there could be that in the recent past there was a leap of faith that was needed to be taken by somebody, by you yourself, the other person, right? If it didn't happen yet, it's something that you're considering, or they were considering, right? But also when you look at the Fool card in this deck, it talks about are other people going to judge me for this and look at me in a certain way and say that I'm foolish, or am I judging myself and calling myself foolish? Okay, those kind of questions around ego and identity do come up. Okay, and so maybe when you put it together with this Four of Staves in the reverse position, the reason why that conversation was either put on hold or wasn't well received or didn't happen yet was because, like I said, there wasn't comfortable enough feelings to get vulnerable, to get to that place to perhaps look at those places where you would want to make a leap of faith, or they want to make a leap of faith, and have some type of trust and also loyalty to that energy. Okay. Now moving forward, those are your blockages, right? But then you still have some really good cards here. You have your next one, the Three of Staves in the right side up position. So this actually, you go from Four of Staves in the reverse to then 3 in the right side up position. So this is a card about coming back into circulation, right? It's a people watching card. It's slowly making your way back into some type of social environment or scene. So you see this Egyptian couple, and they're coming off of the Nile River, and they're going to this party, right? And they're looking all around them, okay? So they're wanting to get back to see people that they haven't seen, right? But you also, when you see the water and the tarot, that represents the emotions. So they have their emotions under control in a healthy way, and now they're ready to start slowly stepping back out. So you could be finding yourself getting into that energy towards the end of this week here, Scorpio, or even this weekend, all right? But definitely not like a bad energy to find yourself in. Okay, now moving forward, you have the King of Staves in the right side up position. I know we're losing the light a little bit here, so I'll try to come closer. Hopefully you can see the card, but this beautiful Egyptian king here, right, it represents power, passion, creativity, courage, right, with the lions here, one on each side, okay? And he is a king, right? So people look up to him. He feels like he has all the tools that he needs around him, a lot of support, okay? So this is a really abundant energy that you could be finding yourself in. This could be a mentor around you that's trying to get you into that energy if it's not you yourself, okay? But really nice energy here moving forward. And again, this could be more towards that second week that we were talking about as far as the time frame. Now, what do you have right after the King of Staves in the right side up position? You have the 10 of Sacred Circles. So beautiful. This is the 10 of Pentacles, right? And so this is all about abundance, and it's a completion card because it is 10, okay? So there could be some leveling up in some way, that you level up in a relationship, a project, a deeper commitment with friends or family, whatever you're working on, right? Whatever abundance in your life is for you right now. So abundance isn't just money, right? It's whatever you want to have in your life or get rid of. So you have all of the 10 Pentacles, 10 Sacred Circles, okay? And it's really interesting the way that this card is shown is like these Native American huts at the bottom here, and you see it is this winter time. And so since we are, in Scorpio season, your season, right? And we're in fall, but it's about to be winter. I just feel like that's another kind of hint there that this could be starting for you, let's say mid-November to even the end of November, beginning of December, January, that kind of thing. It could be more of a long-standing energy, something starting here. But it's really, again, positive energy, forward momentum, all of this beautiful stuff here. And my earring just fell out. Okay. All right. So moving forward, if I can get my earring in. There we go. Your 6th card here in the main 6, right? This is that Capricorn energy. It's the Devil in the right side up position. And this is an energy to be afraid of, right? It's not saying Capricorns are bad or anything like that, okay? But this is about addictions, okay? So it could be, even though you're having all this forward momentum, positive energy, getting back out there in some way, it could be that you need to address some addictions within yourself or within the people that you're dealing with, the general environment situation. Okay, and what are addictions? There can be, money, sex, right? But then also you can be addicted to working too much. You can be addicted to so many different things, right? But if it's not addictions itself, it can be this type of sabotaging energy also, because you know, you don't see it in detail as much in this card, but there's chains around the man and the woman in this card, but the chains are actually open, right? So it's always a choice. Everything is always a choice. So it could be also bringing up a little bit of a warning here for some of you guys to not let any self-sabotaging energy, and just to make sure if it is an addiction or self-sabotaging energy, if your animalistic side is out too much, just to try to balance that a little bit more so it doesn't block any future growth, okay? All right, so excuse me, with all that being said, let's get into your tarot confirmation cards here real quickly before we get to your oracle cards at the very end. So I'll call them out and then we'll go in order here. So you have the Page of Swords in the right side up position, the Eight of Wands in the right side up position, and the Hierophant in the right side up position. All right, so the first two tarot confirmation cards are past energy, okay? And we have the Page of Swords in the right side up position, right? So this is saying that in the recent past, there could have been some type of small communication that you gave to someone or someone gave to you, or was a general, you know, message from the universe, from the divine, your angels, whatever you want to call it, right? From the signs out there, that was a small token, right? So it would be like a text message versus a call or actually meeting up with someone, just as an example, okay? But it is slowing down the energy a little bit, because the guy has gotten off his horse to hold this scroll and contemplate this message and think about also how to use his mental clarity in the best way possible with his sword here, okay? So when this card is coming in here in this past energy, and it's confirming the Ace of Cups in reverse and the King of Staves in the right side up position, this is really saying here, Scorpio, that, you know, the reason why in that first row, in that first card with the Ace of Cups in reverse, you had a little bit of that blockage was because maybe there was a communication that was, you know, a small communication that maybe threw your emotions out of control or made you not feel as resilient as you normally do, right? Because the other thing I forgot to mention with the Ace of Cups, when it's right side up, you see this beautiful cup literally flowing over, right? And how you see it in other decks too is the whales in the background, right? All the water emotions are in this positive, healthy way. It's all about abundance. But when it's reversed, it's a little bit of some stagnant energy there, okay? But also, on the flip side, whatever this communication that came through in the recent past, okay, even though it might slow things down for a little bit and have you or the other person getting their emotions under control, okay, or starting to feel more resilient in a way, and start getting the energy circulating back to moving forward, then it brings really positive things with the King of Staves in the right side up position. There you go with that abundant, confidence, creative energy here, okay? And it is like he has all the tools that he needs. People look up to him. He has support, okay? So it looks like it works out in the long run, even if it was like a little bit of a blockage there in the beginning. Okay. Now moving forward, talking about communication, your second tarot confirmation card is all about a message coming in quickly, and again in the recent past. You see these wands flowing through the air, and they're kind of startling these deer here, right? The male deer or the elk or whatever you call it, the bucks, I don't know. Okay, but it's coming in really fast, okay? Could be good communication, could be bad communication, could be small, could be big, could be medium, large, extra small, whatever, right? But it is maybe surprising or startling in some way. And when this card comes in here and it's confirming the Four of Staves in reverse and the 10 of Sacred Circles, also known as 10 of Pentacles upright, it's basically saying whatever this communication was, right? It maybe put a celebration on hold, or wasn't well received, or didn't happen yet, or the vulnerability wasn't there to have the true, really vulnerable communication. Maybe this was the start of it, okay, in some way, but it didn't happen exactly in this week that we're in now, or even this upcoming weekend, right? But what it's showing us is that in the future here, it will, give you really beautiful results with the 10 of sacred circles or 10 of pentacles in the right side up position. So then you will have some type of completion, some type of endings and new beginnings, a leveling up, right? 10 in the tarot is leveling up. That's the highest number. Okay. And again, this could be starting something that's this energy could be starting around, let's say November 15th through the 23rd or after, right? But it kind of hints again to that winter scene of something that could be going forward into December, January, February, etc. into next year, okay? But it is really abundant and it is leveling up in its beautiful energy here. All right. Now moving forward, your last tarot confirmation card is the Hierophant in the right side up position. This is that Taurus energy we were talking about a little bit in the beginning of the reading. Okay, now this is more future energy. It is past, but it's also future, right? And so this is a mentor, a teacher, a guide. It's an energy of schools, school institutions, higher learning, right? People looking up to this priest guy in the center, even though he's by himself. Usually you would see two people on each side looking up to him for answers, right? Or looking up to her for answers, right? But this is really abundant energy, okay? Now, when you see it here in the future and it's confirming the Three of Staves right side up and the Devil right side up for you here, Scorpio, this is really saying that, let me come a little closer, that if there is a teacher, a mentor, a priest, a spiritual guru, somebody that you can look up to, they will be able to help you get back into circulation, to get your emotions under control, to get any addictions or self-sabotaging energy or animalistic side in control. If it's not someone else, you could be providing this Hierophant Taurus energy, you yourself, Scorpio. Other people could be looking to you for answers to lead the way, and you start to be able to help others the more that you get back out there yourself and start circulating in some way, and again have your animalistic side in proper balance and not have any addictions or self-sabotaging energy that would block you from further stepping into some type of leadership role here, okay? But however you find yourself, whichever side you find yourself in, it's really beautiful energy here, Scorpio. Now, I also wanted to say that you do have three major arcanas here. So that does speak of some changes coming up during this time period for you. Sometimes I see one or none, or sometimes I can see 5 or 6 in a reading or even more. It really just depends, but this is definitely saying with these major arcanas here that there are some upcoming changes that are going to be happening for you, okay? All right, so we're almost at the end of your reading, right, as its sun is leaving here. So let's get your more lighter energy, kind of fun oracle cards before you go. All right, so your first oracle card here, Scorpio, is the Lady of the Gift. All right, and you see this fairy woman here in this wintry scene, and there's like a castle behind her. All right, I'll show you the card closer in just a second, but it talks about generosity, receiving, okay? Look at that. How pretty is that? Oh, don't want to come too close, but hopefully you can see it there, okay? So it also says withholding, but that would be if the card came out in the reverse position or if it was resonating more with a different side of the reading, but I don't feel like that energy for you. I feel like this is more about that generosity and receiving energy. So if I wanted to put this oracle card with some of your tarot cards here, I would definitely put it with the King of Staves and the 10 of Sacred Circles, right? All that abundant receiving generosity energy as well, okay? So very nice here. And the generosity too also can be, Scorpio, with the Hierophant, right? If you are thankful and generous with a leader that helps you, a role model in your life, or if you are that person to others, right? Okay, the birds are leaving. So I really do see for this card for you, Scorpio, that it's more that generosity and receiving energy here. All right, now moving forward to your second oracle message here. This is your love oracle message, whether you're watching for romantic reasons or platonic love or even self-love, right? Your oracle love message is reconciliation, okay? And it says someone from your past is returning to your life. And you see these two people here in the embrace, okay? So obviously, if this is a romantic, you know, you're watching this reading for romantic views, right? or reasons, this is kind of self-explanatory. So someone from your past may be wanting to reconcile with you, reignite with you, okay? And if this is a platonic love that we're talking about here with friends or family, again, it could be somebody from the past that wants to make up with you or reconnect with you or reconcile with you, okay? And then if this is self-love, it could be that you have parts of yourself from even past lives, if you believe in such things, wanting to integrate into your future self and come together and bring all those things forward, okay? So it really just depends on how you find yourself within those, you know, sections there. All right, now moving forward, your very last oracle message here, Scorpio. It's so pretty. It's the peacock, right? And it says, let yourself stand out and be noticed. Okay, I love it. Look at that there, Scorpio. It's your season, right? Stand out, be noticed. So yeah, this is a nice message for you, especially during your Scorpio time, your birthday month. So you can always look up like the spiritual shamanic significance of the peacock and how you can use the peacock magic or energy, you know, to help you during this time period and even going forward after that. So I always encourage everyone, if they want to look that up, you can always get more info on that. But yeah, I think that you know, that energy too of the peacock can also be the Three of Staves, again, just letting yourself come back into circulation and stand out a little bit. All right, so I love it here for you, Scorpio. So thank you guys so much. That is your reading, and yeah, as always, let me know in the comments down below if this resonated for you or helped you in any way. I always like to hear from you guys. And thank you so much for your patience and for your energy and your likes and your shares and your subscriptions. It does really help the channel and the videos circulate. So I appreciate any support you want to show. So anyway, you guys take care. And again, enjoy your season. And happy birthday again to all the Scorpios out there. So I'll see you guys later. All right.